Okay, so hello and welcome to another lecture in this course where I will now quickly exactly show you how to exactly use the structure or how the structure of a method in Java exactly is. Okay, so yeah, let's start. So in Java, we got a method. So you already learned what a method is in the last lecture, and I will now continue with the exact structure of a method. So how do we start? Let's begin. So always a method either starts with a private or it starts with a public. So let me quickly revise them in a commentary so I'm exactly able to explain you the difference. So maybe you already programmed in other languages or programmed already in Java and got some basics and you just want to revise or make a revision. In this case, you can see private or public. It says so private means private and public means public, but what does this exactly mean we will cover in the object-oriented section or in one other advanced sections because this is a little bit not useful for this right now because we just want to learn the basics of Java methods. So in this case, we will use public because it's the most common keyword you'd use because you want to make your method public. What does this mean? We will learn in this whole section. Okay, then we got a void or another type, for example, a data type like a string or an integer, and why we'll now define. So what we then have is we got a data type. So with the space, and then we got a data type, in this case, or a void, so for nothing. So this is about returning and using data in methods. But how do we now exactly do this? I will exactly show you in the lecture where we'll cover how to exactly return values in Java. So yeah, let's begin. In this case, we will again use void because this is the most common one, so we're not getting any errors to return something or anything else. So yeah. Oh, before we, sorry, I forgot something. Either we have a static keyword, which is not that useful because I will leave it empty, but keep in mind there's a static keyword, but we will not use it right now. So we'll just continue with our public void. And then we got to define a name. So in this case, we can define method, for example, for our name of the method. And then at the end, we put brackets. And this is how a normal, basic, method in Java looks. You got the public or private keyword, you got the void or data type to return, then you got the name, which you will use to signalize Java, hey, right here I want to use the method I've just created a few minutes ago, something like this. And right here, in this case, we can also import things. So let me quickly create a commentary for this. So in this case, I will write right here. And in this case, I will quickly show you. So public, void, let's call the method say hello, and then at the end semicolon like this. So something you should see like this right now. Oh, I've misspelled it. So right here in those brackets we can also define parameters. So what are parameters? In this case we can, for example, use a data type, a string, and then a name. So this is how you define data types. So this is like variable. So this right here acts like a variable in the method. So this is our body right here of our method right here. And right now, right here, we can use the name variable if it's set. So you have to set it when you're using. So for example, in your main public code, you're using the say hello method. And for example, you want to print out the thing you define right here, not to define in the method right here. And then you have successfully defined the variable, in this case, string name, and then it will be able to use if defined right here in the method, the variable to use. And you can always change them by using this and this. And this is very useful, but we'll cover with this when we go to parameters over. So, and in here we get just some, for example, code or other tasks. So just the thing like in a normal class. So as we already learned how to, for example, say hello, we can just use it as an example. So in this case, system out, and then print line, and then for example put something like here or use the variable just. So this is how you can basically create your first own method, and we will cover the functionality and how this all exactly work in the next few lectures in this section. So just how you know to exactly use the structure and how the structure of a method exactly works and what all those keywords, names, data types mean. So, but don't worry, we will get through everything, through the public, private, to the static void, through the static, through data types, returning values, using values, the names, using multiple methods, and you always use the same name. So we can create as many as we want, but not kind of the same. So we will cover this everything in this section part by part. So we will learn in this whole section. Okay, so yeah, hopefully this little lecture helped you a little bit more for understanding how to exactly use and see the structure of a Java method. And I will see you in the next lecture where we'll continue learning how to exactly learn Java programming. So yeah, see you in the next lecture. Bye.